All right, so lesson 4 now we're up to, and we've only got 2 more lessons after this. So we're speeding through this time topic. It's only a small topic. And this lesson is all about time differences. So for question 1, we're looking at how much time there is between 2 times. And another way of saying that is we want to know how much time has elapsed between these 2 times, or we're finding the elapsed time between these 2 times. And since we're dealing with 2 times, I find that it's very useful to draw a number line up, or a timeline, should we say, and that can help us a lot. So we're going from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. And because we're going from the AM, or the morning, to the PM, we know that something happens at midday. We stop counting. Once we get to 12, we stop and start again, and we start counting our afternoon hours, 1, 2, 3, 4 in the afternoon. So what I like to do is I like to add in this middle step here, and I'm going to take it to 12 p.m. before I go to 1 p.m. So from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m., how many hours is that? Well, from 9 in the morning to 12 in the afternoon, or until we get to midday, should I say, that's just from 9 to 12. So how many hours are there between 9 and 12? Well, 12 minus 9 is just 3. So we're just adding 3 hours to get from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. And then from 12 p.m, it's quite easy to see that to get to 1 p.m, well, that's just 1 more hour, isn't it? From midday to 1 p.m, the clock starts again, so it's just 1 more hour to get to 1 p.m. And you can see that in total, from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m, there were 3 hours plus 1 hour added. So it's a difference of 4 hours. And same sort of thing with this question, we're going to draw up another timeline. This time we're going from 7:30 a.m. to 11:45 a.m. And from 7:30, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it to the nearest whole hour. So then I only have to deal with hours. So what's the nearest whole hour? It would be 8 a.m. So from 7:30 a.m. to 8 a.m, that's just another 30 minutes. And now from 8 a.m, I can take it to 11 a.m. So I'm just working in hours, nice and easy. From 8 to 11, how many hours is that? That's just 3 hours. And then finally, one more step, super easy, from 11 a.m. to 11:45 a.m. Well, that's just 45 minutes. So now we just need to work out how much time passed in total. Okay, so 30 minutes plus 3 hours plus 45 minutes. So our hours, we've got 3 hours. Our minutes, we've got 30 plus 45 minutes. Now 30 plus 45, that's 75 minutes, which is actually more than an hour, isn't it? Because there's only 60 minutes in an hour. So instead of writing 3 hours, 75 minutes, we can take that 60 minutes out and call it an hour. So instead of 3 hours, we're going to have 4 hours now. And we took 60 minutes away from our minutes. So what are we left with? How many minutes are we left with? We're still left with 15 minutes over here. 75 minus 60 gives us 15 minutes. So we've got to be careful that we're not writing something like 75 minutes. Because if there's 75 minutes, you may as well just say that's an hour and 15 minutes. We don't usually talk about minutes like that. Okay, so 4 hours, 15 minutes, that's our answer. Question 3, same thing again. This time we're going from AM to PM. So we're going from 11:30 AM to 3:55 PM. And we're just going to break it. Oh, I've run out of room. We're just going to break it down into steps. I'm just going to rewrite that, sorry. 3:55 PM. So from 11:30 a.m., we're just going to go to the nearest whole hour, which is 12 p.m. And that's just 30 minutes away. It's just half an hour away from 11:30 a.m. Then we're going to take it to, well, we want to get to 3:55 p.m. over here. So let's take it to 3 p.m. Let's just work in hours. So 12 p.m. to 3 p.m., that's a difference of 3 hours. Oh, sorry, this was minutes over here. Should write that in. And then from 3 p.m. to 3:55 p.m., that's pretty easy. It's just a difference of 55 minutes. Okay, so now we just need to find the total amount of time that passed from 11:30 a.m. to 3:55 p.m. We can see that we've got 3 hours, but that might change depending on whether we have enough minutes to make up another hour. And we've got 30 minutes plus 55 minutes. So 30 plus 55, well, that's 85 minutes. Now, 85 minutes, already we know we're going to have to change that. We're going to have to take an hour out of that. So there's 60 minutes in an hour, so we know we've got at least 1 hour here. So let's take 60 minutes from that 85 minutes and let's add it to the hours instead and say that we've got an extra hour now. Now 85 minus 60, how many minutes do we have left over? 85 minus 60 gives us 25. So we're left with 25 minutes after we added that hour to our hours. So 4 hours, 25 minutes is the total time difference from 11:30 a.m. to 3:55 p.m. That's the time elapsed, or the elapsed time. Okay, same thing for question 4. So from 3:37 p.m. to 5:17 p.m. Okay, so let's just take it to the nearest 10 minutes first, okay? Because we've got this sort of funny time. It's not going up by 5s or 10s. We've got 3:37, so let's just take it to 3:40, nice and easy. So from 3:37 to 3:40, well, we know that's just going to be another 3 minutes. Okay, now let's take it to the nearest whole hour. From 3:40 to 4, that's another 20 minutes, right? From 3:40 to 4 p.m., that's going to be 20 minutes. And now from 4, we can go to 5. We're nearly there now. 5 p.m., that's 1 more hour from 4 to 5. And finally, from 5 p.m. to 5:17 p.m., that's really easy. We can see only the minutes changed. So we just need to add 17 minutes. Okay, so we've got a big one here. We just need to find out how much time passed in total here. So we've got 1 hour and we've got all our minutes as well. So 3 plus 17, if I just look at this and this, 3 plus 17 is 20. Plus another 20, that's 40 minutes. So our answer is 1 hour and 40 minutes. And 40 is less than 60, so we don't need to worry about taking out any hours. Oops. Okay, question 5. Find the time elapsed between the two clocks. So it's the same thing, but this time we need to read the time from the analog clocks as well. So the first time that we've got here, we've got the hour hand pointing at the 2, or a little bit past the 2. So it's gone past 2 o'clock. It's not 3 o'clock yet. So it's 2 something o'clock. Oh, sorry, it hasn't gone past the 2. It's actually before 2. My bad. It's not 2 o'clock yet. If we look at the minutes hand, we can see that it's actually, it hasn't hit 12 yet. It's before 2 o'clock. So it must be 1. And our minutes hand is pointing at 11, which means that it's 1, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, which makes sense because it's 5 minutes before 2 p.m. So it's going to be 1:55 p.m. So that's our first time. Our second time is, okay, so this time the minutes hand has gone past the hour. So it's 5 past 3. Okay, our hour hand's pointing at the 3 and our minute hand's pointing at the 1, which means it's 5 past 3. So 3:05 p.m. So we need to find the time difference between 1:55 p.m. and 3:05 p.m. So let's draw up a number line again, timeline should I say. And we're going from 1:55 p.m. to 3:05 p.m. So from 1:55 p.m. I'm just going to take that to the nearest hour. And the nearest hour is just 2 p.m. We can see from the clock as well, we've just got 5 minutes until 2 p.m. So if we add 5 minutes, we'll be at 2 p.m. And then from there, we need to get to 3:05. So let's take it to 3 p.m. Let's just deal with the hours first. So we add an hour to get to 3 p.m. And then we just need to get to 3:05. From 3 p.m. to 3:05, that's just another 5 minutes. Okay, so now we just need to add up our total time difference here. So we've got 1 hour, we've got 5 plus 5 minutes, so that's 10 minutes. 1 hour and 10 minutes. That's our answer there. Okay, same thing again. Let's read the time here. I can see that the hour hand on this first clock has gone past the 7. It's not at 8 yet, so it's 7 something. And the minute hand is pointing at the 6, so that means it's 7:30 p.m. And on this clock, I can see that my hour hand is very close to the 10, but let's not make the same mistake as last time. Let's check the minute hand. So the minute hand says that it hasn't actually reached the hour yet. So it must be 5 minutes to 10. Okay, because we're 5 minutes before the hour. So if it's 5 minutes to 10, that means that it's still 9:55. Okay, so we need to find the time elapsed between 7:30 p.m. and 9:55 p.m. So we'll draw up a timeline. And let's take 7:30 p.m. to the nearest whole hour, which is 8 p.m. We just needed to add 30 minutes. And from 8 p.m., we need to get to 9:55 p.m. There's 2 ways of doing this, actually. You could go past 9:55 p.m. if you wanted to. You could say 9:55 p.m., that's really close to 10 p.m. Let's try that. Let's go to 10 p.m. So from 8 to 10 p.m, we had to add 2 hours. But then we don't want to be at 10 p.m, we've gone too far. So we need to go back to 9:55 p.m, which means we subtract 5 minutes. To get from 10 p.m. to 9:55 p.m, we just need to subtract 5 minutes. So we could have done it either way. We could have gone from 8 to 9 and then added 55 minutes. Or we can go from 8, we can skip over that and go to 10 and come backwards. So there's lots of different ways of doing these problems. Just get rid of that now so it doesn't confuse us. So we added 2 hours, we added 30 minutes, but we subtracted 5 minutes. So we've got 2 hours, and then if we look at our minutes, we've got 30 minus 5 minutes. So 25 minutes. So that's another way of doing it, 2 hours and 25 minutes here.